Millions of years ago, before fire, before speech, a young hominid stumbled upon a mysterious eagle's nest high above a deadly cliff. What began as a fight for food soon became the first spark of human curiosity, the instinct that would change evolution forever. The sun rises over a vast East African valley 3 million years ago, painting the dry grasslands in hues of gold and crimson. A small group of early hominids moves through the tall grass, scavenging for roots and insects. Among them is a young male named Koro, smaller and thinner than the others but with eyes that hold a spark of something different: curiosity. While the rest of the group focuses only on food and survival, Koro's attention is drawn upward. His gaze follows a shadow sweeping across the ground, a giant eagle, its wings slicing through the air with silent power. In one swift motion, it dives down and snatches a small monkey from a nearby tree, vanishing into the sky. The others grunt, frightened, retreating toward the safety of the trees. But Koro stands still, watching. Something in him stirs, not fear but wonder. He stares at the horizon where the eagle disappeared, his breathing shallow, his mind restless. The air is hot, the scent of dust thick, but he begins to walk, following the path toward the distant cliffs. Every step he takes defies the instincts of his kind, for he is walking toward danger, toward the unknown. His small hands clutch at stones and roots for balance as he climbs a rocky slope. Below him, the others call out with warning cries, but he doesn't stop. The valley fades behind him, and ahead lies the cliff and the eagle's nest. The wind grows stronger as Koro climbs higher up the jagged cliff, his bare feet slipping on the rough stone. Dust swirls around him, and the cries of the eagle echo through the canyon below. Each movement is slow and heavy, his fingers gripping sharp edges until they bleed. The sky looms vast and endless above him, painted in deep blue, and for the first time, he senses the feeling of being alone. At the top, a massive structure catches his eye, the eagle's nest. It is built from large branches, bones, and tufts of dry grass, perched dangerously close to the cliff's edge. Koro moves closer, trembling, his breath shallow with both fear and awe. Suddenly, a piercing screech shatters the silence. The eagle dives from above, its wings slicing the air like blades. It strikes, claws extended, forcing Koro to stumble backward. Instinctively, he snatches a branch from the ground and swings it. The branch hits the eagle's wing, startling it, and the great bird rises, circling overhead. Koro stands frozen, the stick still in his hands, heart pounding in his chest. For the first time, something ancient and powerful flickers in his mind. Understanding. The branch, once just a piece of wood, had become his defense, his tool. The realization is small but monumental. He looks at the stick, then at the retreating eagle, his breath steadying. The fear that filled him moments ago begins to fade, replaced by something new: power. Koro steps cautiously toward the enormous nest, his chest rising and falling rapidly as he breathes in the sharp scent of feathers and dry grass. The nest is larger than he imagined, woven with branches and bones, a fortress in the sky. Inside lie 3 enormous eggs, smooth and white, glistening under the afternoon sun. Beside them, strange objects catch his eye: shiny stones, animal skull fragments, and something that gleams brightly. A piece of flint. Drawn by instinct, Koro reaches out and touches it. The stone is cold, heavier than it looks, and as he lifts it, sunlight bounces off its sharp edge into his eyes, making him flinch. Curiosity overcomes caution. He taps it against another rock from the nest's edge. A sharp crack rings out, followed by a brief flash of light. Startled, Koro jerks his hand back, his heart racing. He stares at the spot where the spark appeared, his mind struggling to understand what he has just witnessed. Again he strikes the stones. Another spark leaps, vanishing into the air. For a moment, time seems to stop. He crouches low, his eyes fixed on the small miracle he's created without knowing its meaning. The wind rushes around him. The eagle cries from above, but Koro's focus is absolute. In that instant, a spark of human wonder ignites, not just the flicker of light, but the birth of curiosity itself. He grunts softly, the sound almost like a question to the world. As the sun begins to sink behind the cliffs, painting the valley in shades of orange and red, Koro starts his careful descent. In one hand, he clutches the shiny piece of flint, his treasure, his mystery. The climb is slow and dangerous, his body trembling from exhaustion, but determination pushes him onward. Below, his tribe waits near the trees, their eyes fixed on him with confusion and fear. None have ever climbed that high or returned from such a place. When Koro finally reaches the ground, he collapses onto the dirt, breathing heavily. The others surround him, sniffing the air, inspecting the strange stone he carries. One older female, perhaps his mother, grunts angrily and snatches it from his hand. She throws it aside, her body language warning of danger, her voice sharp with fear. But Koro refuses to back down. He crawls forward, retrieves the flint, and strikes it again against another stone. This time, a spark leaps onto dry leaves nearby. The tribe jumps back in shock as a thin trail of smoke rises into the cool air. Koro stares, mesmerized, his eyes wide. The others gather slowly, cautious but curious. For the first time, fear gives way to fascination. The spark fades quickly, but something in the group has changed. A silence of awe settles over them. Koro looks at their faces, then back at the fading smoke, realizing he has done something no one has ever done before. Morning breaks over the valley, soft mist curling around the golden grass. The tribe huddles together near the spot where hours ago, Koro's spark had vanished. Dew glistens on the ground, and the air is still. Koro kneels beside a small pile of dry branches, gripping his flint with steady hands. His eyes are fixed, determined, focused, fearless. He strikes the stones again and again, until at last a faint orange glow appears. The group gasps. A tiny flame flickers to life, dancing gently in the breeze. For a moment, they all freeze. No one dares to move. Then warmth touches their skin, the first they've ever felt from fire. The older female, once fearful, extends her hand slowly, feeling the heat. Koro watches her face change from fear to wonder. The flame grows, crackling softly, filling the air with smoke and light. Around it, the tribe gathers, their shadows swaying across the rocks. Above them, eagles circle the sky, their cries echoing over the valley. A silent witness to this birth of discovery. Koro stares into the fire, its reflection dancing in his dark eyes. He doesn't understand what it means, not yet, but something deep inside him knows this moment is different. It is not just warmth or light, it is knowledge. The tribe sits together through the night, and for the first time in history, humanity shares both fire and hope. The dawn of evolution has begun, all from one climb to an eagle's nest.